In a world where magic bends reality, where the light heals the wounded and the arcane shatters mountains, there is one force that has stood firm since the dawn of Azeroth, the unbreakable will of the warrior. They do not wield cosmic power. They do not draw strength from ancient gods. They are not chosen by prophecy or blessed by celestial beings. Warriors stand on the front lines armed with nothing but muscle, steel, discipline, and a heart willing to break before they allow the world behind them to fall. They fight with the raw power of the body, with the stubborn resilience of the mortal spirit, and with the timeless truth that courage can be stronger than magic. Across every battlefield in history, from the burning forests of Ashenvale to the frozen walls of Ice-Crown Citadel, wherever the sky darkens and hope begins to fade, a warrior is the one who steps forward. Not because they are unafraid, but because they understand sacrifice. Tonight, we honor them. If you enjoy calming journeys through Warcraft lore, consider subscribing. Your support helps bring more peaceful storytelling, more deep dives into the world we love, and more soothing tales to drift off to. Now, settle in. Let us explore the history, the spirit, and the unforgettable bravery of Azeroth's warriors. In ancient days, before written language, before kingdoms rose and fell, the first battles of Azeroth were fought with stone, bone, and brute will. These early mortals had no magic to rely upon, no divine shield, no elemental ally, no enchanted weapon humming with power. All they had were their bodies and their instincts. These were the earliest warriors, hunters who defended their clans, nomads who protected their herds, tribal champions whose strength guided entire generations. From these beginnings, a philosophy emerged. Strength is earned, never given. Courage is chosen, not granted. Honor is lived, not spoken. This creed would carry forward into every race, every culture, and every war. In every society, warriors evolved differently, but their purpose remained the same. Among the orcs, warriors were revered as the heart of the clan. Even before the demon blood corrupted them, orcish fighters lived by the belief that strength is the truest language. Among the humans, knights and soldiers formed the backbone of the early kingdoms. They valued discipline, order, and the unwavering defense of their people. The dwarves, forged in stone and hardship, raised warriors who believed the shield was a sacred duty, a promise made in steel. Tauren warriors saw combat as a form of balance, strength, patience, and honor, intertwined like the branches of a great tree. Even the ancient night elves, masters of stealth and magic, held deep respect for the frontline warriors who stood firm when the Burning Legion first descended. Different cultures, different weapons, but the same purpose: to stand between their people and the darkness. More than their weapons, more than their armor, more than their training, a warrior is defined by their spirit, courage, the choice to step forward when no one else will, sacrifice, the willingness to give everything for those who cannot fight, honor, the quiet promise carried in the heart that no blow will be thrown without purpose. A warrior feels fear, they feel pain, they bleed like anyone else, but they overcome through will, not magic, through endurance, not blessing, through heart, not destiny, and that is why their stories matter. Across the ages, a handful of warriors have risen above the rest, figures whose strength and sacrifice shape the world. Grommash Hellscream, the chieftain who defied destiny itself. Broxigar the Red, the lone warrior who stood against the infinite. Anduin Lothar, the Lion of Stormwind, protector of an entire people. Their stories echo through time and remind us what it truly means to be a warrior. Among all warriors in the history of Azeroth, few embody raw strength, courage, and sacrifice like Grommash Hellscream. To the orcs, he was more than a chieftain. He was the beating heart of the Warsong clan, a force of nature, fierce, unstoppable, and unbound. But Grommash's story is not one of simple strength. It is the story of a warrior wrestling with destiny and choosing honor no matter the cost. Long before the demon blood was offered, before the wars, before the darkness, Grommash was already a legend. Lean, powerful, and fiercely intelligent, he believed that a warrior's purpose was to protect their people, not dominate others. But fate dealt the orcs a cruel hand. When the Burning Legion came, offering power beyond imagination, many orc chieftains hesitated. Grommash did not. He drank the demon blood first, not out of hunger for strength, but out of fear that refusing would leave his people defenseless. It was a choice made from love, twisted by the Legion into chains. For decades, the Warsong clan became known for ferocity unmatched by any other. Their name whispered like a storm on the wind. Yet behind the roar of battle, Grommash carried a heavy burden. He knew what he had unleashed, not just upon himself, but upon all orcs. He fought with unmatched rage, not only against his enemies, but against the shame that lived in his heart. The moment of redemption came in a canyon lit by the glow of fell fire. Manaroth, the demon who had enslaved the orcs, stood towering and cruel, his laughter echoing through the ravine. He mocked Grommash. He reminded him of the corruption, the chains, the countless wars born of that single drink. And for the first time, Grommash did not roar in anger. He stood still, calm, focused, a true warrior who had decided that this time he would face his enemy as a free orc. With a leap born of pure willpower, Grommash struck Manaroth with such force that the impact shook the earth. The explosion that followed was a bloom of blinding fire. In that final moment of sacrifice, Grommash's voice carried across the canyon. "I am free." His body fell, but his people rose. Through courage, through sacrifice, through honor, he freed an entire race. Grommash Hellscream reminds us that even when darkness claws at the heart, a warrior can choose their own ending, not through magic, not through destiny, but through the strength of their spirit. If Grommash showed us sacrifice, Broxigar the Red showed us defiance on a scale no mortal has ever matched. A veteran soldier, hardened by countless wars, Broxigar believed he was already living on borrowed time. Every scar told a story. Every battle left a weight on his soul. But fate had one last test for him. Summoned thousands of years into the past, Broxigar found himself among night elves, dragons, and demigods preparing for the first great Legion invasion. Unlike mages who shaped the sky, or druids who commanded the forests, Broxigar's gift was something simpler. He refused to yield. When the portal to the Legion's world opened, and demons poured into Azeroth like a tidal wave, most mortals hesitated. Broxigar did not. He charged alone into the gateway, a single warrior facing the infinite armies of the Burning Legion. While others watched from afar, he became a blur of motion, a storm of steel and survival instinct. Demons fell around him, but Broxigar fought on, not for victory, but to buy time. Then the sky darkened. Sargeras, the Dark Titan himself, stepped through the breach, a being of cosmic fire and unimaginable power. Yet Broxigar lifted his weapon. He knew he could not win. He knew this was the end. But for a warrior, courage is not measured in victory, only in the willingness to stand. Broxigar leapt higher than any mortal should, and struck a blow that would be remembered across the ages. The Titan staggered, wounded by a single warrior. Moments later, Sargeras ended him, but Broxigar had achieved the impossible, one mortal, against eternity, and he left a mark that even gods could not ignore. If Grommash is the symbol of sacrifice, and Broxigar the symbol of impossible courage, then Anduin Lothar is the embodiment of honor. Lothar was born into nobility, but he never hid behind walls. He stood on the front lines beside the soldiers who depended on him. During the First War, when Stormwind fell and darkness swept the land, Lothar led the survivors across the sea. He carried their hope on his shoulders, even when his own heart was breaking. He forged alliances between races who had little reason to trust each other. Humans, dwarves, high elves, all found unity under his leadership. But Lothar never saw himself as a kingmaker. He was a warrior who believed that strength meant protecting the weak. In the burning steppes, Lothar faced the orcish horde one last time, not with armies, not atop a steed, but on foot, sword in hand, meeting his enemy with the calm dignity of a true warrior. He fell that day, but his death ignited a fire that united the alliance and changed the course of the world. As we come to the end of our journey tonight, let us reflect on the quiet truth at the heart of every warrior's story. For all their might, for all their bravery, for all the battles etched into the annals of history, a warrior's greatest strength has never been their muscles, nor their weapons, nor the victories won in fire and fury. It has always been their heart, the courage to rise, even when the world feels heavy, the willingness to stand, even when fear whispers otherwise, the resolve to protect, even when they themselves feel fragile. Warriors teach us that strength is not the absence of weakness, but the choice to move forward, despite it. They remind us that honor lives in small decisions, quiet promises, and the moments when no one is watching.